Hey everybody, and welcome to the Johnny and KP show. Tonight, it's just the KP show. We can start off on a good note, on a nice note. Johnny's actually not with us tonight because he and his partner have just had their first child. So, congratulations out to Johnny. So he's just back home today. Had a New Year's Day baby. So that'll be the only good note we probably go on today, considering this is a Man United show. So, yeah, so we'll be flying solo a bit tonight, but you can see Rob's in the chat already. Rob, how you doing? So, pretty much tonight is going to be probably a bit of a rant, I reckon. We're just going to get into it. Got up at 4 in the morning to watch the United game, and the first thing it was one of the most boring games I've watched all year. And the fact that there's been no, what's the word? There's been no lift for the new manager is terrible. Like, where's the new manager bounce? No new manager bounce. It's just ridiculous. And, we're told that Ralf Rangnick is the king of the German press. I haven't seen Man United press once since he's been the manager. I don't know, Rob, you may be able to say a bit more on that. We have not pressed once since... I saw last night Cavani and Ronaldo trying to press. No one going with them. And Rob touched on it in the intro. He's got McTominay. I think he has to be accountable for continuing to select the same players that Ole was selecting, and we are getting done, 4-0 by Watford, and then you're selecting the same players. You got Donny van de Beek just sitting on the bench. Anyone, Lingard, you could give any of these guys a game, but you're continuing to pick the same people, and then it's like we're wondering why we're failing. To me, it seems you got Darren Fletcher there, who was one of Ole's boys. Is Rangnick being told who to select? That's what I can't work out. Like, is this a board thing? Is he being told you got to select these people? You got to select that person? Like, it's ridiculous. The only positive that come out of it is the poor guy. He's been copping it for 2 years. Phil Jones. He comes in for his first game in 2 years at Old Trafford, which can't be easy, for one of the biggest clubs in the world, which also can't be easy. And barring De Gea, he was our best player. And he shouldn't lose his place to Maguire, but I guarantee you he does. So what does that say for our, I don't know, like, for our coaching staff? It seems like Rangnick's come in and he's being a yes man. And we don't want that. We want someone like, now this decision to let Conte go, it seems inexcusable. You can see Tottenham, they're playing well. They're playing well. They seem like they've lifted for him because he's a winner. And it's like I said, it's inexcusable that we let him go. Rob says, what's Jones's backstory? So he's one of him and De Gea, I think, are the only two left Sir Alex Ferguson signings, barring Ronaldo, but he's obviously come back. And Sir Alex Ferguson tipped him to be one of the best players in Man United's history. But his injury record is just, the poor guy has just been riddled with injuries. It's pretty much ruined his career. And he hasn't played a game for 2 years. And now he got put in last night because they're saying Maguire's injured, whatever. And he was, barring De Gea, they were our two best players. Like, it pains me to think where we would be without De Gea at the moment. Yeah, you know what? I think they did look in control, Rob, what you're saying. But the problem is, I think they're doing too much work. It's that our midfield, it's not that the defense is in control. The midfield has no control. Like, our midfield, McTominay, Matic, that's who he's playing, the two pivots. I think they're they're a mid-table midfield. You look at Wolves have Matinho and Neves is better. City's is way better. Liverpool's is way better. Chelsea's with Kovacic, Jorginho, these way better. Kante, miles ahead of us. Like, it's just the midfield has no control. And I understand Rangnick, they're saying he wants to play this 4-2-2. If he wants to play 4-2-2, those two midfielders have got to be good. You've got to have someone like Kante and whoever, I don't know, just two guys that can control. Not McTominay and Matic that, for one, they can't run and can't pass. It bemuses me. Like, are they saying you got to pick McTominay because he's from the academy? I don't get it. It really bemuses me how that guy's a top flight player and keeps getting selected. I understand Matic has been a good player for a long time, but Rob is saying, I saw McTominay not chasing, not covering, not offering options for his teammates. It was exactly, see, and he's playing in the most important role. You're in the engine room, and I don't know what it is. It's like these players, I think now, have got a lot to answer for. We've had Jose Mourinho. So we had David Moyes after Sir Alex, Jose Mourinho, Louis van Gaal, Ole, and now Ralf. Jose Mourinho is probably is going to go down as one of the best managers of all time. Arguably, LVG is, he's a great manager too, in history. Both Champions League winners, multiple league winners. The players got them the sack. And we all thought, it's them, they're being defensive, they're being this, they're being that. They did the same to Ole. Now they're doing it to Rangnick. They did it to Moyes, and look at Moyes with West Ham. He's got players that want to work. West Ham are on top of us. I think the players, it's coming to the point that they've got a lot to answer for now. The players, the board, everything, the club as a whole, can't just be the manager if they're not playing for any coach. Like, maybe these players, they're just not as good as everyone's tipping them. They're prima donnas, as we like to say, that they're not as good as everyone has made them out to be. But, excuse me, without De Gea and Ronaldo this year, United would be 15th, 16th, I reckon. That's, it's Ronaldo scored 15 goals. De Gea's been best on ground in more than half of our games. So without them two, we'd be, God knows where we'd be. It's hard to think. I agree, Rob. You're saying we'd go 4-2-3-1. I agree. I don't think Matic was that bad either. I agree. Exactly, Rob. Van Gaal won the Champions League with Ajax. Mourinho won it with Porto, which is, unheard of. And then they can't get a tune out of this team. So what's that telling you? It's telling you that. Excuse me. Sorry, I've had a little bit of a snipple this week, so the coughing. Yeah, 15, 16, they would be, Rob. Without them two players at the moment, that's what's carrying them. It's it's sad. Like I said, I watched the Chelsea-Liverpool game. Those players were playing for not only for their manager, they were playing for their teammates, for their club, and most importantly, they were playing for themselves. They were giving, and it was a quality game to watch. It was fast-paced. It was real good. Even the City-Arsenal game was a good game to watch. Arsenal are miles ahead of United. Yeah, that City in the end, I wouldn't call it lucky that they got lucky. They're the champions for a reason. They that's sort of like United back in the day. You get a goal at the end. In the end, it's not always luck. It's that teams, they keep going, keep going, keep going. City showed that. But Arsenal had them under the pump for a good 50 minutes. They played really well, which is, it's hard for me to say because I think Arsenal, Tottenham, even West Ham at the moment are all better than United, and they're fighting for one spot. fourth, and it's hard to see United even getting in the Champions League next year. And then you think about it, you got a player like, you got Ronaldo back at the club, who's won 5 Champions Leagues. Is he going to stay at the club to play in not only the Europa, we could be in the conference. Me and you spoke about it the other night, Rob, in a competition that shouldn't even exist. That's what United look like they're going to be, in a Europa conference. If I was Ronaldo, I wouldn't play in that either. You're in your last couple of years as a top-level player, you're proving you can still score goals. I would say I'm not staying either. I say, listen, I'm going. I'm not staying for this. When he's doing everything he can, it's crazy. Aussie guy in the City Arsenal game, save City. They did to a degree, but I'll ask you, Rob, before you said, do you think the Bernardo Silva, what do you think on both of them? I actually think they were both penalties. That's what I think. But I'm interested to see what you say. Wolves have scored 90% of their goals in the second half. Yeah, oh mate, if they could have taken their chances last night, I'll give you a few stats they had. In Wolves Premier League history, they had more shots in the first half than they've ever had. Ever. So I think it was 14 shots they had against us. We had 2 in the first half. They won their first game at Old Trafford in 42 years. They had 9 corners in the 70th minute. That was when we got our first corner. So what does that tell you? I think he was, Rob. Zlatan, he used to say it, that they would lack mentality. He used to say it. He said a few of I remember him saying Rashford and that were okay, the young ones. They were good. They had the mentality. But you could tell he used to say it, Zlatan, that they lacked a mentality. Now, I think he got given the captaincy last night, Ronaldo, so he's not coming out and saying anything. But he has said a few things, that we're lacking. He's not happy. He's not happy how the team's going. And why would you be when you've been a serial winner? Not just a serial winner, a serial goal scorer, you've done everything. How could you be happy? Yeah, I agree. Both were penalties. That's what I don't understand is, Rob, you can maybe tell me why. I know they explain it, not that I agree with it. Why didn't the first one go to an on-field review and the second one did? And we spoke about this the other week, Rob, when you were on the other show. I gave you that stat. United have got 2 of the top 10 I can't remember what they said, in recent history, that have scored the most goals in history of the 4 top flight divisions. Ronaldo is second, I think, or Messi is second or first. They're first and second, but I think Cavani is 5th. So we've got 2 of the top 10 players that have scored the most goals in the top 4 divisions, and we can't score. So, and that's what I was saying about Rangnick. Why play this 2 people up front when you're going to pick 2 people in the midfield that can't get the ball to them? As a coach, mind boggles me. When Bruno come on, he should have scored his chance. But we didn't create a chance until he came on. At least it was someone that was looking forward, looking for the feet, looking for strikers, looking to get people in behind. I know Ronaldo's 36, but he still goes in behind. He's still quick. He's no slouch. He looks for it in behind. That's how he plays. So what is that, Rob? Does he have to say, listen, I think it was a clear and obvious error. You have to go check that. That's pretty much the precedent? Is that right? Oh, yeah, I agree with that too. Yeah, it's hard for refs. Like that one with the Edison one, I get it. He called it because from that angle, it looked like he clearly got the ball. That's even when I saw it, it looked like he hit the ball because it went so far that way. So I was like, oh, okay. But then when I saw the replays, I was like, oh, that's a bit iffy. And then even the Bernardo one, from his view, he told him to get up, but then you see it, he grabs his shirt. Like, I just think Xhaka is listen, if I'm a fan of any Arsenal player, it's not him. Don't know how that guy plays either. He's a stupid player. That's the only way of putting him. Like, Bernardo's done you. And Dion Dublin made this point, Rob. He was pulling his shirt, and at the same time, he was going, no, ref, I didn't do anything. But he had his shirt in his hand. So it makes no sense. Yeah, okay. I think VAR was a disgrace this weekend. Some of the things that they've let go by are just in some of the games. Even Rio Ferdinand was saying on his podcast, some of them are, it's a disgrace. The VAR's just, go back to when we were on the ref's call, because that way the game has got some human error in it. You know, who cares? People get on with it. Yeah, he is. He's more than a Fruit Loop. He's just crap. I don't know how he plays. You know, if he was born in Australia, wouldn't be a professional footballer, put it that way. That's the way I put it. Only way I can put it. Only analogy I can put. But yeah, back to it. I just don't know. I really don't see United getting top four unless something changes really quickly. Like, we played Burnley, who we said a couple weeks ago, they are going to get relegated. And we beat them, and everyone's all ooh, happy. Oh, McTominay is the next Roy Keane, this, that. He played good against Burnley. I don't think you can play 4-4-2 against the other teams that play. Oh no, you might know a bit more, have another say on this, Rob, as a coach. I don't know how you can play 4-4-2 against a team that's playing with three in the midfield. And if you're going to play 4-4-2 against a team that's playing three, they've got to be two beasts, not McTominay and Matic. That's the way I see it. You either got to, like I said, have Kante and another, just two guys that are non-stop energy. You know, if you're going to try do 2 versus 3, otherwise you're done. You know, you're going to get done. That's just, you know, nothing else I can say about it. The general shirt hair, yeah, it does. They do need an attitude readjustment. Now, I thought Rangnick would give this, Rob. They're saying, but it seems like he's come in and he's being a yes man, which is, we don't want that. We want someone like Conte. You know, Mourinho came in and did it, got us second, and then it was like they thought, oh, we don't like this anymore. Let's throw the toys out the pram and not play for this guy. And then he got the sack within 6 months. You know, I mean, you can see, look at Conte at Spurs, they're playing for him. They're saying he said he wants to leave. Rob Marshall has said he wants to leave. So, and I remember we spoke about this the other day. I said Mourinho wanted him gone. And now the club, they went against that. They said, no, you're not allowed to sell him. Overruled him. And now they're going to let him go. Yeah, I agree. You're at home. You don't need two just sitters in McTominay and Matt, two destroyers. Just go, you know, like, you're Man United. You're Man United. I don't get it. Just, yeah, it mind boggles me. And the thing is, we have those attackers to do it, Rob. We're overloaded in attacking choice at the moment. We got Ronaldo, Cavani, Greenwood, Sancho, Rashford, Martial, you even count him. That's 6 players that can play in all those front positions. Then you got Lingard. Juan Mata's still at the club. These players that can play there, play them. I actually reckon you're right, Rob. I think that's right. I heard someone else saying that today on a YouTube channel, made that point. Maybe he's trying not to jeopardize his future role and just being a yes man. But you know what? That's you know, and it always brings it back to, I was saying it today, that's just why I want the Glazers out of my club. They bought the club on debt, not because they care about football or anything, but because they want a dick measure. And they just need to be gone from the club. It's a shame that they are in charge of, they own one of the biggest clubs in world football. It's such a shame. Yeah, see, I agree. That it's the thing is, even with that, Rob, 4-2-3-1, you could still play Ronaldo and Cavani. Ronaldo likes coming deep. And if he's going to go, he's going to go. He'll go. He can play in behind and they can alternate. They're not, you know, these players are not dumb. Cavani and Ronaldo are very smart players. That's why they've been playing at the top level and been successful at the top level for a long time. They're not silly players. Now, I know Sancho, Greenwood, Rashford, they're young. But with them too, with them, surely they're going to they've got shoulders to lean on. But, Ronaldo and Cavani are going to be telling them things, talking to them. That's what you do as an experienced player. Like, and you can see them doing it. They're doing it on the field. I can see them doing it. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Don't know. Don't know if contracts have changed now, but I think they probably do. But the World Cup thing, I mean, you see, like they're saying it about Donny now. Like he said, listen, I want to go because I want to make the World Cup squad. Now they reckon Rangnick has said to him, I don't want you to go. You're going to play. But the damning thing is, he's been in charge of 5 Premier League games and a Champions League game, and Donny has played 6 minutes. So that's 9, 18, 27, 36, 45. That's 540 minutes. He's played 6 minutes. That's 6 minutes. That's ridiculous. Like, don't know. And another thing, what I'm saying is he plays the 4-2-2-2. If you're going to play that, your attacking fullbacks, they need to be good at going forward. They need to be like a Cafu, a Dennis Irwin. They need to be able to go forward and be able to defend. Luke Shaw, he seems like he can do it, but Wan-Bissaka is a very defensive player. He can't go forward. So it already kills that formation for you because you're playing narrow. You need your fullbacks to give you your width. And it's just not working for him. Yeah, see, like you said, I agree, Rob. You can CR7 Cavani can alternate. They both got legs about them. They're not, I know, okay, one's 34, one's 36, but they've got energy. They do. They have energy for that age. You can tell they do. I alternate left side of players, midfield and wing. Yeah, I agree. That's the best way to do it. Especially when you're playing the way he's playing, they can do that. I just think Sancho's not getting any opportunities to do anything. He's there. He had a lot more of a free role at Dortmund. And he was getting 20 assists a season. And he was 19. Now he's... Yeah, I don't know. I feel sorry for him. But yeah, like I said, yeah, tonight was more... Because I knew Johnny was gone with his issues, was to come on and just have a bit of a rant. So, got that out, which is good. I agree, Rob. And then you see they're talking about the goal. Okay, Jones he shouldn't have headed it centrally. He could have messed up with his header. He might have been trying to go wide, and it could have come off wrong. But Ian Wright said the exact same thing. He goes, yeah, okay. He goes, he might have headed it not in the best position. He goes, but why wasn't McTominay on João Moutinho? He goes, he jogged away from him. He left him 30 meters and then ran at him when he got the ball. He goes, he should have been with him. He got the ball, tackle him. Not try and get to him, not react. And that's what I reckon. Chris, how you going, man? Tell Jimmy we say hello. King of the North, how are you? Hopefully he has a good trip back to Melbourne tomorrow. Don't know what that comment is, but I'll just remove that. That's one moment. Bear with me, guys. Get rid of that. All right. Yeah, so tell you, like I said, getting up at 4 a.m. to watch that dross was bad. He was enjoying the sunshine, Rob. It was, and it's funny to say he's enjoying the sunshine in Manchester. Like, you know what I mean? Who does that? It's unheard of. Sorry, lads, getting a bit of spam messages. Just I'll remove them. Soon we're going to have to get some moderators up in here now for all these spam messages. Not liking them. Jimmy, how you doing, man? Hope you had a good Christmas, good New Year. Sure, we'll see you soon for a podcast. Yeah, I agree, Rob. Yeah, I totally agree with that, Rob. You're saying the poor quality of defending, goal side, heading up and wide, shutting down has been awful, yeah. Yeah, Chris got final tour, Jimmy. Hey, he came to HFD Studios. Him and Rob were there. We had a great show. It was real good. It was real good. It was the first time I think it was a unanimous decision for the Rogan files that no one really agreed, about anything. So I think, Rob, you should either go, and people don't actually agree with this. I think you should either go with Fred and Donny. Fred and Donny, or probably Fred and Matic. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Eddie Fong, how you going? Eddie says, Brisbane-based Wolf fan here, still glowing. Got to say, man, you were poor. Wolves were excellent. Second best defense in the EPL. Listen, Eddie, I'm going to say it, straight out. Don't take nothing away from Wolves. They bossed us from start to finish. And, if I was a club, had gone somewhere and I'd won the first game to win at Old Trafford in 42 years, I'd still be glowing too. You can't take nothing away from them. And he scored there last year too, Eddie. He scored there last year, so you can't take nothing from them. They bossed us. Neves, I would take Wolves midfield. And listen, I'm diehard Man United fan. I'm doing podcasts for Man United shows. I would take their midfield over Man United's midfield in a heartbeat. If you offered me Neves and Matinho, I'll snap your hand off for them. I think anyone would. Rob, I don't know. What do you think about that, Rob? I'll take Neves and Matinho over them like that. Neves, he sits back, but he controls the ball. He keeps it. He passes. He's a good passer. I'll take it in a heartbeat, yeah. Who's the best midfield ball winners at Man United? I think Fred is the best ball winner. He's not a good ball distributor. Good ball winner. Don't know about Donny, to be honest, because we haven't seen him, but he's young, he's energetic. It's Brentford. Rob says Brentford looked okay too, gave City a hard time and just got another 3 points. Quality coach. I actually think he's a good coach, Rob. The what's his name? Frank? The Danish. He's Danish, isn't he? I think he's good. I think he's going bigger places. And I don't know what if you think. Do you remember a couple of weeks ago I said, you heard it here first, I reckon Rooney is going to take Everton. They're saying last night the job he's doing at Derby, Rio Ferdinand and that were talking about it. He goes, listen, I'm not saying it because he's my mate. He goes, it's a borderline miracle. Is borderline going to get them out of relegation when they had a 21-point deduction? If you go look at the table and see what they've done, and they only had 14 players registered at the start of the year, he's showing he can coach. So, if Rooney can be anywhere near as good a coach as he was a player, he's showing that he's doing real good things as a coach. To get Derby, a team that has got no money, no transfers, only had 14 registered players and 21-point deduction, and they're actually a point away from second to bottom, I think. He's doing some great things. So Eddie says, if you can replay Neves' pass to Adama for the cross that led to the goal. Yeah, it's true. It was real good. Neves is real good, Eddie. He's a very good player. And then Rob says, your two central midfielders, defensive and attacking, should always be demanding the ball. See, and that's why I think he's got to play Bruno, Rob, because Bruno's always demanding the ball. And actually, Bruno's actually a good ball winner. Sorry, I didn't think about him because he's more attacking. But he's energetic. He might be an attacking player. It doesn't mean you can't win the ball. He's energetic, and he's a good ball winner too. So Eddie says, what's the problem between Ronaldo and Fernandes? You know what, Eddie? I don't think there's a problem. I just think since he's come there, I just think Bruno is in awe of him. Because you've got to look at it from his perspective. Ronaldo he's said it before, Bruno's, I think, 11, 12 years younger, maybe 10 years younger than him. He is his idol, which he would be most Portuguese boys' idol. And he's playing with him. I just think he is in awe of Ronaldo, and he's Every time he gets it, I've got to impress him. I've got to impress him. He's my idol. And they're saying that about Portugal. He struggles to play with him for Portugal, but then he was playing for United and absolutely ripping it. And now they're together at United, and it's like, I don't know. Does anyone agree, Rob? Do you agree? I just think he's in awe of him. It's like, I don't know if you could have seen if the Brazilian Ronaldo could have played with Pele, maybe. I don't know. It's just, yeah, he's just, even when he missed that penalty early in the year, Ronaldo let him take the penalty and he blazed it over the bar, which was so unlike him. It's like he was, yeah, it was like he had so much on him. I've got to impress him. I've got to score. He's let me take it. It's crazy. Now Ronaldo's taken every penalty, scored every one. So true, Ari Brentford. Eddie says, Rob, so true regarding Brentford. They owned Wolves when they played. There you go. So, and Rob is saying it was a good question you said about Ronaldo and Fernandes. But I don't know. Does anyone agree with what I'm saying? I just think he's in awe of him, and it's reckon with him. Reckon with his head. I don't know. That's not a bad idea, Rob. It's not a bad idea. I don't know, Rob. You're a City fan. Like, you look at City. I know they say they play a 4-3-3, but I think they play in transition, don't you think? Like City, when they're attacking, it's like we used to say about United under Ferguson. When they're attacking, they got 10 players, nine players forward. There's no, they back Diaz and Laporte to deal with people, just like United used to back Ferdinand and Vidic or Pallister and Bruce to deal with people and let everyone else go do things. I don't know if that's what you think. Agreed, but Fernando, no such issue with... Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I just think he's got that issue with Ronaldo because Ronaldo's his idol. And he's just, in awe of him, whereas Pogba is just... He comes from France. They're the similar age. I think Fernandes came, when he came... I more think Pogba had a problem with Fernandes because that's how I think the Man United players are. I just think they're a bunch of spoiled brats, really. I think Pogba got upset because Ronaldo became the top dog. And now Ronaldo's come and Fernandes isn't the top dog anymore. And rightly so. Ronaldo's one of the most successful players of all time and he's his captain for his country, etc. It's... Yes, I agree, Rob. They play... That's what they do. Cancelo goes up, doesn't he? And they come through at the back and just go. And you look at Conte. Conte is 3-4-3. That's how he plays, and he's successful. He's got it happening for Tottenham. So you got to know your players. Like the way I see it is, he went 4-4-2 against Wolves, pretty much, which was never going to work. And it's Yeah, see, that's what I mean, Eddie. You see, excuse me, you see City, and like I said, Manchester United under Sir Alex used to do that. Rooney I've heard Rooney speak about it. He goes, when we go forward, it wasn't so much a tactic. It was all of us would go forward, leave Rio and Vidic back there because we trusted them. And everyone would try score. It didn't matter who scored. 9 players would, try score. Or 8 players, whatever. I agree with that, Rob. Saying CR7 should mentor Fernandes, problem solved, empower Ronaldo to coach Fernandes. And the thing is, I watch it, Rob, and I think he does. And it's... I either think he should be captain, Eddie, or David De Gea should be captain. Because De Gea's been at the club for 10 years, he's won 5 Player of the Years. That's how Sir Alex used to do it. It was a... sort of a seniority thing, how long you've been at the club, but then again, Ronaldo is a legend of United, and he's back, so it's not so much like he hasn't technically only been there 5 minutes, so I think you give the captain to either of them two, and then in the long run, maybe Varane or something, I'm not sure, just, if De Gea had it, he could have it for 6-7 years, I don't know, it's, so, yeah, one of them two. I mean, he had the captaincy today, and, he was going off at people, so you could tell he wasn't happy. But, yeah, it's just... But, yeah, like I said, Eddie, you can't take anything away from Wolves. They bossed us. Their midfield bossed us big time. Are you sorry, Eddie? I forgot from the previous chat. I check out. You're from Australia. You said Brisbane based. There you go. Yeah, Brisbane based. So, what time in the morning was the game for you in Brisbane today? I got up at 4 a.m. to watch it. That's a good one. That's a good one, Rob. Oh, listen, people always say certain positions, whatever, but look at Lloris. He's captain of Tottenham, captain of France. He's a goalkeeper. Alan Shearer was a captain. He was a forward. Ronaldo's captain of Portugal. He's a forward. Like, if they're a captain, they're a captain. That's how I see it. That's me personally. If you're a captain, you're a captain. That's doesn't matter what position you are, really. Like, Ronaldo for me is a good choice, excuse me, for captain because, as I said, like people are in awe of him. They're going to listen to him. He's sort of that old adage like of Ronaldo. If he's going to say jump, you're going to jump. Well, you're going to say how high because he's Ronaldo. Like, I think I was saying that to you, Rob. I had that about me when I had Chris Trajanowski as coach. He was an ex-Socceroo and I was like, yeah, whatever, okay, you did this, yeah, oh, listen, I did it, oh, yep, no worries, I'll do this, yep, do that, yep, no worries. Like that old saying, you go through a brick wall for them. That's what people should be like for Ronaldo. They always say that's what people were like for Roy Keane, for Maldini, for Tony Adams. Like they were like that for these captains because they respected them so much, and people respect Ronaldo just because of what he's done. So 3:30, you're saying, Eddie, yeah, what a time. Yeah, that's borderline just staying up, even though it's only half an hour before I got up, but still. Queensland don't participate in daylight. So, yeah, that's true. Forgot about that. What's up with Sancho? We were just talking about it before you come on, Eddie, and I just don't think he's getting the free run that he got at Dortmund, and he lacked a lot of confidence because of the way he was being played under Ole. Like Ole paid 70 million for him and then didn't pick him. Like that already breaks your confidence. That's what people got to understand. He's still a kid. He's only 20. Like he's not a he's still a child. So Rob says a coach can easily choose a leadership group done effectively. They do the coaching on the pitch during the game. I've done it in my times, even at the Nationals. Yeah, that's right. I've watched these things. I remember we were saying we like, when you get to hear the player's perspective. And I was watching this thing with Rio Ferdinand, and he was saying it. He goes, before anything got to Sir Alex, he goes, Roy Keane had dealt with it. He goes, even Wayne Rooney, he goes, at 22, he goes, was a leader. He goes, he dealt with it. He goes, there was people, Keane, Giggs, Scholes, Neville, and then him later, he was saying, he was one of them. But they dealt with it before it even got to Sir Alex. And then if Sir Alex had to deal with it, he dealt with it. But, you had to go through Keane, Rooney and that first before it even got to Sir Alex. So you knew you were in line straight away or you were gone. Doesn't seem like that now. Even, look at City and Liverpool. I get that from Guardiola. I see Klopp. He's a very arm around the shoulder type of guy, but it seems like he's very, if you're not on board with what I'm doing, you're gone. And Henderson, I don't think he's the best footballer, but you see him as a captain, you can tell he's a captain. He leads on the pitch. You can tell, and you just know about captains sometimes. You can tell. Rob is saying, Sancho, look, he did look a bit better this morning, but playing in the forward four for Man United is a graveyard shift. If you're not getting the ball, you can only do as much as you can. When you're on scraps, some people are saying about Ronaldo and Cavani, what are you going to do if you don't get the ball? Unfortunately, now this from a striker's point of view, if you don't get the ball, you can only create so many chances for yourself. You are relying on people to create chances for you. There is those times where there is a moment of magic. Strikers will score, do their own things, but it doesn't happen all the time. You need someone to create for you, and then it's up to you to be that cool, clinical striker to finish that. That's what strikers are paid for. Rob saying the intelligent players know the game, know the strategy, know what to do. The coach really only interjects to change a strategy, react to adversity. So yeah, true. I totally agree. And then Eddie is saying, yeah, Rob, so true. United need a Keane, Scholes, etc. It was good to see Phil Jones play again, but United really look like they're lacking leadership, drive in the centre, midfield / box to box. I agree, Eddie. They're missing it right in the heart. They got Ronaldo up front as a leader. They got De Gea at the back. You can see he was barking orders. He's experienced. A Varane, okay, Varane is a bit of a he's won 4 Champions Leagues, so he's done well. But then right in the middle, they're toothless. We're toothless there, and it pains me to say, but we are. Rob says, I remember some Sir Alex games at Old Trafford. He said nothing. He did. That's right. You used to be able to look at him, and you knew what was going on, didn't you? And then when he got up, when he spoke, it was the whole stadium. It's true. You're right. You're right. Yeah, I agree. We're all agreeing on that. Yeah, no hunger or drive in the midfield. Definitely, they got and people no United people are like this, but there's a lot of people that undervalue, Roy Keane as a player, and in my opinion, Roy Keane was not just a great. He was an excellent footballer, but not the fact that he was just a good footballer. People undervalue his actual footballing qualities, but he said it in the Sir Alex's book. He said it. He was exactly like Sir Alex. He just had this will to win, and he used to carry people. Like he was, I think there is, Eddie. I think there is a dressing room issue. I just think they're all prima donnas. They got a few with a good mentality, probably like we said, Ronaldo, Cavani, Varane, De Gea. Even Phil Jones probably has a good mentality because he's won Premier Leagues under Sir Alex. But other than that, what have the rest of them done? They've won a Europa, an FA Cup, and they've got a few managers sacked. That's all the rest of them have done. You look at it. Ronaldo's won, Cavani's won, Varane's won, De Gea's won, Jones has won things. Don't know. Other than that, I don't think, like I said, an FA Cup and a Europa. And when we won that FA Cup and Europa, we still had players like Zlatan, who were winners, Rooney, who was a serial winner. But we had other big, time players at the time as well. So, yeah, I don't know, Eddie. I think it's just the problem is that I think they've probably been pumped up too much that they're better than they are, and they probably believe their own hype. And once you start believing your own hype, you're done. That's what I think. So I'm not sure. Yeah, true, Rob. It's true. I watched this thing. We said, yeah, you said it's interesting to hear players' point of views, and they actually asked Ryan Giggs. They said, they said you've seen Paul Pogba, these players, this generation go for 100 million. They said if Roy Keane in his prime, someone wanted him now, they said how much would he go for? And Ryan Giggs said this free will. I saw it live. He goes, you couldn't put a price on him. He goes, they don't make a midfielder like that anymore. He goes, if you had to put a price, he goes, if Pogba went for 100, he goes, Roy Keane's going for double that. So I don't know what you think about that, but he's putting it into perspective of this day's market. He goes, if he's going, Paul Pogba went for 100, he goes, Roy Keane's going for 200 plus. And that's from Ryan Giggs, he's one of the most successful players in football history. So Rob saying, agreed, Eddie. It's a very good squad. There seems to be no friends off the pitch. Yeah, there's definitely cliques at Man United. Apparently it's well documented. There's a Spanish clique, which was Mata, De Gea, a few of the Portuguese boys, those cliques. Apparently the talk is that even part of the cliques was between the two Manchester squads. Apparently Aguero used to be a bit of a clique with the Spanish boys at United, but I don't know how true it is. But yeah, and then Eddie's saying that makes sense. What we're saying, it does. He was. So and the thing is, when you hear someone like Ryan Giggs say it, it puts it into perspective for you. Like, yeah, okay, So it was, yeah, I agree, he's priceless, yeah. So, and that's not just him, that's just an example of what I heard. That's many a players of yesteryear, So imagine a price on Perlo, goals, these guys now, like I said, if Pogba's gone for 100, Scholl's worth 300, Perlo's worth 250. Like, these guys are way better than him. I'm tempted, I'd say I'd take Scholes now at 45. So Rob says, I was lucky enough to be playing in a team where we lost 3 games in 3 years. We were all friends off the pitch, but we also knew each other's strength and weaknesses on the pitch. And I agree, when I won championships here, and like I always say, listen, this at our level, it's different to playing for Man United and that, but the core values are not different. I remember when we won a championship, we were all friends. And we all respected each other, and we all knew each other's strengths and weaknesses, like on the field. We knew what worked for each other. Hey, KP can get in behind. He's lightning. Hit him here. Or he's good at the feet. Let's hit him here. He's a good finisher. Let's get it to his feet. Like, we knew each other's strengths. And that's spot on. Spot on. No way, Rob. That you're spot on. Like, what's Traore? He's just like, we used to have a player identical to Traore, which was Antonio Valencia. He was quick, one-dimensional though. Bang, right foot down the line, cut it in. But when you're physically not as quick as someone, he's going to do you. And that's why Valencia was so much joy until he lost that yard. People started getting onto him, and Traore at the moment has that pace. So, if the guys physically can't catch him, react to it. Put Wan-Bissaka over there, even though he's a right fullback. He's good defensively. Swap him. Do something like, say, Wan-Bissaka, you're going there just to defend him, and we're bringing Dalot on at right back now. For sure, you know what I mean? So, Eddie's saying, me too, Rob, makes all the difference. That flies back to the 92 U squad coming through together to win the treble. Yes, spot on. The class of 92, I don't know if you've seen, Rob, I think has seen it, the documentary about him. And obviously I'm a United fan. I've invested a lot of time into them. They're mates. Even the ones that didn't get through, like me and Rob, we pay him out all the time. There's ones like Robbie Savage that were in that class of 92. But they were all friends. And then there was these real good class ones. Scholes, Neville, Beckham, but Ryan Giggs, that made it through. But the whole team was friends, and they're still friends today. It's... Excuse me. Yeah, it's true. You got to, you're not always going to be friends with everyone, but you got to have that respect at least for each other on the field and off the field to play together. Once you are not friends with someone or don't respect them or something, whether players admit it or not, that's when not passing to each other comes in and this and that. And reminds me of when Benitez put Gerrard in 4 different positions during the epic UCL final comeback win. There you go. I still remember watching that game. Milan was 3-2 up, and I was like, Milan are going to smash them, and then Liverpool come back. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't want to talk about Liverpool now. Eddie's saying, regarding Traore, only Matic saw that danger, chase back and make the necessary foul. Otherwise, Shaw exposed and going to be skinned every day of the week by Dump. Yeah, I agree. True. And like I said, he's not that great. He's just physically got that pace where if you can't catch someone, there's nothing you can do if you're a better footballer than him. If you can't catch him, it's... And they put him in behind you, you're done. You're done. So... Yeah, I agree with that too, Rob. Yeah, that's true. Like, Shaw could maybe be sitting back a bit and try and get that extra couple yards, and just try to try and work something in his favour, something. Yeah, that's true. That's, it's not like, sometimes at our level where you don't know who you're coming up against. they all know each other as well because they're on the TV, aren't they? Like they know Adama's quick, like we do, because it's everywhere, you know. So it's yeah, you know, it's hey, HFD. They're coming in and they're saying hello while I'm here. So what a nice bunch of guys. Oh, that's good. It was great to have you in here tonight, Eddie. Hope you've liked and subscribed, and it'd be good to get you in on any of our other videos. We do another regular podcast, which is not a football orientated podcast. We just do normal podcasts weekly, and then we have a weekly show where we do it's Man United orientated, but football orientated. Let's say there's no more New Year pizza left, Rob. It was too good. It got taken. It got taken like that. But yeah, I think we've touched on everything, guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Rob, Eddie, it was great to see a new name in here tonight. There was a few of our regulars that weren't in, but I did schedule the show very late today because I wasn't sure if I was going to come on because I'd been a bit of a stuffy nose and that, so I wasn't sure if I was coming on. And we're not actually doing a podcast this week. We're having a week off, and we're going to get back into it next week. So next week we'll probably be live with a United show on Monday, and maybe Johnny will be on, and we can congratulate him for his for the birth of his first child, and that he might be on here on Monday, back to normal, and then we'll probably have a show again on either Wednesday or something, back to the normal podcast. But it was great having everyone on. Like we said, Eddie, hope you've subscribed and you can come into a few more videos. And like we always say, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Do all that before I go. If there's anything anyone wants to say in the comments, any questions, stay on air for a couple more minutes. You can just shoot them out to us. But yeah, are there any fixtures coming up in the morning? Let's have a look. I'll have a look at those. So when's the next group of fixtures? Do we know? Like for the Premier League? I think the next group of fixtures next week. Eddie saying, cool to be here. You'll notice my icon pick is George Best, no one who was actually a Wolves fan. George Best, best by name, best by nature, mate. It was... Listen, I don't know, Rob. I never got to see him live. I've only seen highlights of him, and from what my dad has told me. But what I've seen of the guy, one of the best to ever do it. Yeah, we got them in the cup and the league, Rob. We've got them in the cup and the league, Villa. So yeah, we got Villa in the cup, and listen, I hope we do Villa too. I mean, they got 16th. Okay. Yep. Here, I think there's here we go. Southampton, Brentford is on the 12th, and Everton, Leicester, which might be catch-up games because of all these postponements. So, Everton, Leicester, tell you what, I reckon Rooney's getting that Everton job soon. And then Tottenham, Chelsea in the EFL Cup semi-final on the 13th. Which West Ham Norwich got a game then. That's probably more catch-ups. Yeah, I tell you what, I hope we do Villa too. We gotta get one over Gerrard, don't we? Can't let Gerrard beat us, and we got him twice. So yeah, it does. African Nations Cup stuff. So how many games does that mean? Let's say Salah, Mane, Mahrez, Mendy for Chelsea. A lot of people talking about Salah, Mane, Mahrez, how much their team's going to miss him. What about Mendy at Chelsea? He's been excellent for them. Are they going to miss him? Like, how long are they going to be missing for their clubs for? It depends how far they go in the tournament, but surely they're going to miss 2-3 games no matter what. I don't know, Rob, do you know? Can you help me with that? Thank you, Hunky. Thank you, Hunky Food, dude. You're nice guys. Yeah, the Antelope Cup for overseas. I like that one. But the yeah, like I said, I think I don't know. They still got Kepa, who is he's an okay keeper, so that might not affect Chelsea as much. But Mendy is good. He's been in good form. He played well the other night too, even though it was conceded 2 goals, but don't think could do anything about him. But yeah, Watford missing 4 first team regulars. Is that right, Rob? Tell you what, they could go. You know what? Newcastle, because of they're probably going to spend in this window. I reckon Newcastle and Watford probably swap positions, and that will be Watford, Burnley, and Norwich probably go down. I reckon. So, who's he play for? Eddie, he's from. They said it today. Actually, they said his. They said where he's from today. Who's Sayers play for? Final with 7th of February. Okay. Yeah, and it was a nice free kick too. You got a left back coming up, take a free kick. It was a nice free kick. It was unlucky. I don't know. De Gea was close to it, but it was nice. So yeah, it was a good free kick. But yeah, like I said, Eddie, I don't take anything away from them at all. They completely bossed us. It was yeah, not much more I can say. But yeah, again, guys, thank you so much for coming in. Thanks, Rob, Eddie, the Hunky Food Dudes, boys. Chris was in here. Everyone that was in. Like I said, we had a lot of our regulars that weren't here, like Reborn and that usually come in. But I did schedule the show. He's with Algeria. There you go. And isn't 39 of them unbeaten without Marius, Rob? Yeah, so yeah, a few of those regulars that went in. But like I said, I scheduled it late, so it was, didn't know if I was going to do it or not. But yeah, we should be back on Monday or Tuesday next week with the United Show, and then we'll have a normal podcast during the week as well. So, but yeah, Morocco. Morocco, yeah, okay. Yeah, they did say that. That's right. They did say that. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Loved it. Loved the interaction, and catch up with you guys soon.